Just a couple of more things to talk to you about, Didi. Your old boss and friend who said 3 or 4 weeks ago that you were the most tactically aware footballer he ever coached, Rafa Benítez. 3-0 at home to Cardiff, out of the bottom 3. He's an amazing man, Didi. Tell us about him. I mean, he's dying with this owner, Mike Ashley. There's always a little smile on his face. He seems incredibly dedicated and determined to this thankless task of keeping Newcastle in the Premier League. He's an extraordinary man.
Extraordinary, yeah. I refer to him as a genius. What he does on a tactical basis, the way he reads the game, the way his knowledge of the game, and I think what he shows now in the last few months at Newcastle, he's the ultimate professional. Because
yes,
I think 9 out of 10 managers they would have thrown the towel in, but he says no, I owe it to the fans. And when I do speak to him, he always refers to the fans. He says, I can't leave them hanging here, because if I go, God knows what's going to happen to the football club. And the way he handles the whole situation, the whole thing, the dignity he shows, and the passion and the respect he shows towards the fans, it's just remarkable. I love the man. I think he's one of the top 5 managers. I hope that at some stage, if Newcastle doesn't spend money, it doesn't get taken over, that he does get a job where he's got a team again, or a club again, where he's contending for titles. Because I think he's that good. He got a bit tarnished with his jobs at Inter Milan and Real Madrid for some reason. One reason or another, it didn't work out. But I think he shows now what a man he is. And remarkable how he handles it, and he'll keep him up. And I'm not sure whether too many managers out there would keep that team with a squad they've got together, would keep him up, but I'm pretty sure he will.
Right, to just another factor in about Rafa. He doesn't put his arm around your shoulder, does he?
No.
I remember Steven Gerrard complaining about him. He said Rafa never put his arm around his shoulder.
That's another manager, Eamon, you couldn't get on with.
That's right. I needed a lot of arms around my shoulder. Didi, that's true, is it?
Yeah, it is true. It is true, and obviously it's
old school, you'd call it.
More than 10 years since we've worked together, so I don't know whether he adjusted or whether he slightly changed. But he was always a guy. What he demands of his players, he shows. He wouldn't demand anything of his players. He doesn't do. He's a workaholic. He's in the office 10, 12, 14 hours a day. He goes into every detail. His attention to detail is unbelievable. But that's certainly an area. Maybe why it hasn't worked out at Inter Milan or Real Madrid, because you've got a lot of big personalities there, and they want to be told every day, some of them, how good they are. And he's certainly not the man to do that.
John, your admiration for Rafa?
I think he's great, Eamon.
Yeah,
he's great. And doing the job he's doing at Newcastle, I mean, he could be in the running for Manager of the Year the last 3 years, keeping them up, Eamon. He's no resources. Ashley's must be harder to work with, or try to work with, and what he's trying to do. And in the meantime, Rafa's keeping them up. I think he finished 10th or 12th place last year.
Yeah.
Which is remarkable, Eamon. You can only judge managers on what resources they have.
Yes, of course.
And he's got little or no resources, and he's still doing it, which is it's remarkable.
Okay.